We should. We should go over what we're cooking with here on good old WoW HC Classic. So my character at the moment is level 26, and we're playing on the Doomhowl like anniversary server. Hardcore's been going okay. We are in the OnlyFangs guild, so that's been fun to be part of that kind of like big streamer community event representing the orcs, who are kind of down bad at the moment, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll keep working on it. But regardless, even though I'm only level 26, I thought I'd take a second and show you guys what I'm cooking with. I'm doing kind of a weird build. I guess what's happening is it's not really going to be that weird, but I'll show you a couple things that I'm doing. So I started off with 5 points in cruelty, then I put 5 points in deflection, and here's where things get weird. I actually put 5 points in anticipation. The reasoning behind that is you're just doing a lot of auto attacking, especially as a warrior in Classic. So I was like, okay, I want to crit my auto attacks. I want to parry so I get an auto attack like haste, like timer reset on my auto attacks. And I want to have defense so that I parry more frequently. So that's kind of what I'm working with. I'm planning to go into improved charge. And then I think I might need, probably just put 3 more points in improved rend, which will then give me access to improved overpower to crit a whole lot. Then I'll probably just get deep wounds. And then see what else I need into going into impale, and probably just go ahead and 2-hand weapon specialization at that point if we get that far. Although I will be honest with you, I'm very much looking forward to Path of Exile 2, which as of recording this video is coming out in 2 days. So today is Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, and it's Friday, and PoE 2 comes out. So we'll see how deep into the leveling we actually get. That's where my talents are headed. In terms of my gear, we actually have pretty decent gear. I think I actually need to check the mailbox. I think my boy Grims, shout out to Grims, sent me some gloves, but I got some sholds, some strength spirit sholds. Got a little Stam Agi cloak from Shadowfang Keep. Got the mutant scale breastplate from Wailing Caverns. We're rocking some Defender's Bracer of the Bear, which I don't know where those came from. Probably just like off the ground. We also got the Arced War Axe, which doesn't do as much DPS as like a Living Root. It says it's an upgrade, but it's an axe, and it has strength and stam on it. It just feels better using an axe, but this does technically more damage. I also have a Wing Blade Seed Cloud Buckler combo, and then for my dual wield, which I actually think is really fun, I have a Stinging Viper. So I have pretty half decent gear when it comes to weapons. I have a musket, probably came off the ground somewhere. I think these were a quest completion from Wailing Caverns. Dagmire Gauntlets. Cobron's Grasp came from Wailing Caverns as well. Good old Strength Stam Legs, probably off the ground somewhere. I need to repair these though. Probably have to make a trip back to Terran Mill here in a second before we start slaying out all the guys in the farm over there. We have Grizzled Boots, 7 Stam, 2 Strength. Those came from a quest reward from SFK, I believe. Bounty Hunter's Ring was a quest in Barrens, and then this, Seal of Sylvanas, was a quest reward from Shadowfang Keep as well. In terms of my professions, I'm rocking Herb and Alk. I like having the potions. They're just kind of fun, like a constant buff. Maybe not as much of a lifesaver as a engineering mining would be for the target dummies and grenades and stuff, but whatever. Slowly working on our cooking. Definitely working on first aid. Weapon skills, I mean, I need to work on unarmed, I think, is the main thing. But we've got a lot of things leveled because we've been using a lot of different weapons. But yeah, so far, I mean, hardcore's been good. I haven't died on this character. The only time I've ever died was in the other hardcore. Like, I think the first official hardcore, I pulled a guard from like 80 yards away, and this mage who was kind of keeping an eye on me took advantage of the fact that you get PvP flagged as soon as you even just get in combat with the guard, let alone hit them or get hit by them. So the combination of the guard and the mage got me. And you can always type !death in Twitch chat if you want to see what that looks like. But yeah, I mean, hardcore for me, I'm not like the hugest fan of Classic, but doing Horde has been like a nice little change of pace. And of course, using Zygor as our guide really helps me kind of like not feel like lost or what am I supposed to do. You can definitely still like kind of mess around and explore and do other things, but it's kind of nice to have Zygor be like that definitive, this is the path that you can take. That's very helpful for that. Zygor is also very helpful for going to the guide menu, going to the dungeons. one, when you're in the dungeon, it gives you a big map of the dungeon, but two, you can scroll down and you can find guides for the quests. So like if I was gonna do Black Fathom Depths or Black Fathom Deeps, I could load the guide and it would help me find all the quests that I need before getting into the dungeon, which is super, super helpful, right? Super nice. So shout outs to my sponsor Zygor for not only helping me with just general leveling or professions or gold making or whatever in hardcore and every version of WoW, but I think specifically like when you go to a dungeon, like I want to make sure I have all the quests for this dungeon before I go. They have that. They do warn you that this is not optimized for hardcore, but anyway, really helpful to have the quests. But let me go take this lion out. He's going to get a piece. Classic for me has a lot of auto attacking. But we got the axe if we want to use it. Two-handers are very, very consistent. See, there's a parry, so you get like the double little auto attack. I think the one-handers are actually really fun as arms, and one-hander arms is fun because the mobs dodge more frequently, so then you can really abuse the extra overpower damage, which is fun, especially as you get overpower and then deep wounds to benefit from the extra crit chance, and then even more damage from it is pretty cool too. So that's sweet. But that's what I'm working with right now, boys. An HC Classic, enjoying the grind, but definitely, primarily looking forward to Path of Exile 2. But yeah, we're just doing a little update. On the character. I guess I could show you my add-ons too, because that's another common question. I'm using Bag Brother with Bagnon, Atlas Loot, but I'm not loading it right now. My action bars are Bartender. Better vendor price. I don't even know if that's real. I don't know if that actually works, but you can look at your bags and say what items vendor for, which is nice when you're like constantly have your bags full like I do. You can go through and make better decisions. Blizz Move is primarily just for me to be able to move my UI elements around a little bit so that I can move my UI in so that my ultra-wide monitor doesn't look weird on stream. Classic spell activation is actually a big one. So like whenever you have Overpower or like Revenge available, it'll light up, which doesn't normally do that in Classic WoW. It like kind of shines like it's like a weak aura on there like Modern WoW does. Deathlog is this add-on that shows you all the characters who are dying constantly in hardcore, which is cool. I like this song. This one's a good one right here. That's what I'm talking about. I think we've used this one before in a video, 100%. Details is my damage tracker, so you can see my 10 DPS. Diminish, you don't really need that for this one, but it's kind of nice to see like DRs on mobs, I guess. It's kind of interesting, but definitely don't really need it for Classic WoW. Easy Frames is this add-on that makes my character frames look cool like this. Gather Mate is pretty useful for knowing where all the potential spawns for like herbs and mining are and stuff. It's actually very useful for Classic. There'd be Gather Mate too, and then you can load certain data like from Wowhead or from whatever. Leatrix Plus does all kinds of interesting things for you. Lets you enhance various windows. Lets you like automate quest turn-ins and things like that if you want to. Mess with your like your UI and your frames, and you can like zoom out farther, you can dismount, you can faster auto loot, which is like the main reason why I even have this is the faster auto loot, but you can do a lot of interesting things with Leatrix. That's a recommended one for Classic. Move Any is another kind of like moving my UI around thing. The OnlyFangs add-on, that's specifically for this guild. They made this add-on to like do all kinds of neat stuff, so shout outs to Soda Poppin' and the rest of OnlyFangs for setting this up. Postal is a mail add-on. I think just makes it easier to like unload all your mail. Proximity voice chat is another thing that OnlyFangs did specifically for this. So like, you know, when you're running around, you just hear people talking if they're using push-to-talk or whatever, which is pretty cool. My cast bars and my weapon swing timer are from Quartz. I don't know if I have anything to cast right now. Let's see if I can make a potion or something. So like as I'm crafting a elixir of giant strength, this bar right here. And if I target myself, I'll have a bar above my head too. And then I have my weapon swing timers from Quartz as well. And then good old Questy to help like identify on the map where things are. I mean, Zygor will guide you too, but I like seeing the Questy, and I like being able to mess with my quest bar, like move it around and stuff is another big reason to have that in the first place. Then we have threat plates, which I use the same settings as Modern WoW. I just import it into Classic and it works just fine. Yeah, some of these things I don't really use, right? But like Trade Skill Master is like an auction house thing. Troopy GCD would show my buttons that I use if I wanted to show you guys me like pressing Sunder Armor on things, I guess. Weak auras are useful, like for tracking like Battle Shout or Overpower perhaps. Just some basic stuff. I do have a weapon swing timer add-on, but I don't think I'm using it, so I'll just disable that. We want blue shamans. Shows shamans as blue instead of pink, because I don't like shamans being pink. That's paladins, like in blue. So I have we want blue shamans. Does that if you're interested in changing your party frames, raid frames, whatever. And of course, a good old Zygor guide viewer to have access to all those lovely guides that Zygor provides. But we're gonna get to work. We got some stuff to do today. We're gonna hop on into our classic leveling, starting off at level 26 today. Looks like we're about to ding 27. We're gonna kill some lions, make some poisons, go kill some hills-bred peasants, keep the levels rolling. We have some fun stuff planned for the rest of the week. A little bit of entropy survivors coming tomorrow, which will be fun, and then Path of Exile on Friday. So I'm hype. But the classic grind continues today, and if you guys want to tune in for that, that'll be at twitch.tv/Bajheera, and of course you can check the live broadcast tab on YouTube as well if you're just now seeing this hardcore video and be like, whoa, you're doing hardcore, let me watch your 3 weeks of progression on that. That's in the live tab too. But anyway, if you guys want a little update on my talents, gear, which we already did, we'll do it again, and add-ons, there's that. Another fun thing we can probably do is macros. Don't pay attention to a lot of these. A lot of my stuff is like, let's see if I can drag this over. Some useful things are like adding a stop attack into your fear and using blood rage to make sure that you have enough rage. Things like equipping your one-hander and your shield. And you can even do equip slot 16 and equip slot 17 if you wanted to. Making sure that you have enough rage with blood rage to do those things. And then you have lots of things like just adding start attack to certain macros just to make sure that you're actually, this is not real. That's why I'm not real, my execute. Like start attack, you should put start attack in literally anything that is a button that you attack with. The basic stuff like casting battle stance to go into battle stance to charge, and then hamstring, start attack, all that stuff. Just Ren start attack, Emo shout start attack. You get the idea. The one macro that's kind of interesting is this one, is the dual wield. This is where you equip slot 16 for the wing blade and equip slot 17 for the stinging viper. Because if you try to have your sword and shield out, for example, and then you just try to equip another weapon, it'll just swap whichever weapon is in your main hand, right? But with this macro, it'll put the right weapon in the right place. So you don't need a ton of macros for a classic warrior. A lot of things are going to be like going into the stance that you need to be in for the ability and then casting the ability. Really, really simple stuff. I think this is kind of interesting, doing the equip slot thing and then making sure that you have start attack and everything, or stop attack in certain things where you want to like fear and then bandage, right? And then just equip buttons, right? So you need to have macros for equipping your weapons, have macros for swapping to the stance you need to be in and then using the ability, and then nothing really that crazy besides that. Just start attack and everything. That works pretty good. Stance dancing, I mean, yeah, sort of. You're not really going to get a lot of value out of stance dancing until you have this talent, though, because you're just going to not have any rage. But anyway, most of the time you're just chilling in battle stance, auto-attacking things anyway, so good to go. But if you guys have any questions, hopefully that helps you kind of understand where I'm at, and maybe even get you started too if you wanted to play some classic hardcore warrior. Then feel free to swing by the stream, chat me up. We'll be here. We'll see you there. Peace.